One part of R&D is the talent that you sort of focused on and how you had to basically build it ground up because there wasn't an availability of it. But the other part is the mindset and the way you need to look at the investment in R&D, because investments in R&D take a long time to sort of actually give you returns on the balance sheet, right? Um, Especially when you were doing it initially, what was there pushback from the management team or people involved saying that we are investing so much in R&D, how does this come back in terms of profits or some sort of return on it? And in general, how do you look at the investment that goes into R&D?
See, I think we were in consensus when it came to investment on R&D, and D, and that's the reason we were able to bring JCBL to this level and build a name for ourselves. That's one part I'm very glad the top management was in consensus always. We never thought twice when it came for investment in R&D, whether it's looking for a 5-axis router to build better toolings when we didn't even need it, or scanning facility or a better software or something. We always invested in the right resources. One thing very unique about JCBL R&D is we just don't pure design. We design to prototype. So uh, our every product sees the light of the day, even if it doesn't get in repeated numbers, but at least one product is produced. So that gives us a very good hands-on experience to design the next one. So to say that R&D investments come in the long run, I don't agree. These are investments that you have to do, and you have to build a pipeline of these investments. It's like when you buy stocks in a stock market, keep on buying SIP year on year. So some stocks give you a return on the third year, some on the fourth year, some on the fifth year, and that's how it is. Like a small example, the what made us survive the bad COVID month, bad COVID year, when there was no schools, there were no tourists coming to India, so there was no demand for the bus, is the ambulances that we designed 3 years back. So the ambulance that we designed along with our customer Ashok Leyland for Indian Army, we got an order for that during COVID period. So those 700 ambulances that we executed at that time let our cash flows roll. Otherwise, we would have been in big trouble. Or those ambulances that we did for Bangladesh, I just spoke about during COVID
Yeah.
time. So I think it's an investment. It's an investment, and I'm not saying all investments will give you return, but you have to build a portfolio of investments for some to hit you, uh, come
And
back.
and when it comes to the investments, is it generally a thumb rule to say X percentage of the revenues every year will be reinvested back into R&D, or is it as in when you need, as in when you see the market is going to head in a certain direction and we need to over invest in R&D to capture that market? How do you sort of take that decision?
So our minimum investment is about 8 to 10% of our profit that we invest in R&D. But it depends on a year and the demand from the customer, or how the year is looking like, or the potential that we see. It can go even higher. And, it can go even much higher. So, but it all depends on. So you look at every project as an opportunity, and then you say, "Acha, is project make will I be able to cover my cost? No. Okay. How many vehicles do I see the potential?" And then you go and invest.
Got it.